Oh,
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Shabazz.
sorry for the delay. Your boy Natty Bass, man.
We the Baptiste, bro. You right on time, brother. You right on time, man. We got week 11. Week 11. We got some. Oh, my fault. It's the wrong screen. I put the ticker, and I was like, oh, it's not the right ticker. But
Yeah, I got it. My fault.
no, it's good. Um, you got some great matchups. We got some divisional games. You got some rivalries. So you kind of could look at it as like rivalry week. Like college football has like a year where it's like teams who hate each other or constantly play each other, like Army, Navy, Texas, or Oklahoma, like Alabama, Auburn. Like, you got like some of these like relative good matchups. Like I'm looking at it now, Ravens, Steelers. It's not the same rivalry as of old. That was a more defensive showing. Now, this is like we got the legacy of that, but to be honest, it's kind of been watered down. Um, Chiefs and Bills, relatively new rivalry. Uh, who else? Oh, Packers Bears, historical rivalry. It just good matchups overall. Oh man, without that talking, man, let's get right to it, man. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend, and then if you lose, don't blame us. But when you win, because we got some bangers, you know what I'm saying? We got some hits in here. When you win, bless the kids, you know what I'm saying? We just two humble brothers from Brooklyn, living in Indiana and Queens respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Just get out here. But Thursday night, Commanders, Eagles, first time they meeting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Two young black quarterbacks, a rookie and a veteran. I don't know. I think that rookie wall is starting to hit with Jaden Daniels. It's kind of hard, and I don't know the status of Brian Robertson. I mentioned it yesterday, but he's making the play. Okay, Philly's been looking good though.
But yeah, I'm looking good.
Philly's been looking good. Now you're like, oh, who they played? They played the Giants. They played the Browns. I think since they bought it on, they haven't lost yet, which is great. I think they played the Browns, the Giants, Bengals, which was a great win, and then they played the Cowboys, but that's a cupcake. Um, I think they split. So for this matchup, I'm leaning Philly, and then when they play later at Washington, I think the short week favors the home team. Philly's not that far from Washington, so it's not that much of a travel, but it's just I don't know. I feel like it's Saquon's on a tear. AJ Brown's playing well. Jalen Hurts is playing well. They're not turning the ball over. The defense, although the secondary is young, they're playing above like expectations. And the defensive line is actually doing some things. And Jaden Daniels, ever since the rib, I mentioned it yesterday, I'm mentioning it again. He hasn't been mobile. So if he's not the mobile Jaden Daniels, then he's not the same guy.
Mm.
I got Philly honestly to win the game. I would want the Commanders because I'm a huge fan of Jaden Daniels, but I think Philly takes it. I think 'cause they could run the ball and play keep away, and if they need to do a couple of deep ball shots to AJ Brown, like won a game, that's what that because when you think about it, like I think Colin Cowherd said it. Like I said Jalen Hurts plays like Seattle Russ.
Mm.
Like obviously he's not doing QB sneaks. Russ wasn't doing that, but the running when he has to, and then a beautiful deep ball. That's pretty much the go-to. So I got Philly winning, and going to 8-2. And you would think Jalen Hurts in the MVP conversation, high key.
No, 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 no. I have to. I have to agree. I I like the over in this game because the secondary for Philly is Basura. Um, I like I like Terry McLaurin to have a big day. He's been balling this season. Um, Obviously, not the level of my coach, not like Justin Jefferson, but for having a rookie quarterback, he's been balling. So, cool, my boy. Sorry we late, man. What's good, gang? What's sorry we late, man? I know you like your Eagles. We're talking about your Eagles, man. We both got the Eagles winning. We both got the Eagles winning. Um, main reason, main reason for me is I know what I'm gonna get from the running game with the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon Barkley against okay ish rush defense, okay ish in terms of the Commanders. Like I expect Saquon, who hasn't had gone into the end zone. He didn't get to the end zone last week. They dropped 34 points. Because Jalen Hurts, as soon as he gets to the 1 yard line, it's a touchdown stealing machine, son. It's kind of crazy. Um, I agree that they split. So you hear it here first on November 13th. That whenever that game is in Washington, that we both I believe, and I'm speaking for Shabazz, we both believe that Washington, pending injury, pending all that, they will win at Washington.
Yep.
So they split the season series. So that means I think the Eagles take care of business. This time, I like the over in this game. I think the over set at like 46 and a half or something like that. I like the over. Um, got burned on the over on a primetime game before. Well, we're not talking about it. We move on. We move on to our wins, man. We move on to our wins. But shout out, I think the Eagles win. I think the Eagles are a good team. They figured out that okay, they might have a suspect secondary, but teams are not gonna run the ball. Jordan Davis is a man amongst boys in the middle, and he be wrecking shit. So Elku, my brother in faith, we rolling with the Eagles, man. It's still fuck Philly, but for tomorrow, Eagles take care of business. Now on a Sunday slate, the 1 o'clock slate has like I think like 9 games. Hold on, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games in the 1 o'clock slate. It's crazy.
A lot
And
of games.
only three in the 4 o'clock. There's a lot of teams on bye. There's 4 teams on bye, so it's not that many games. Anyway, Packers, Bears, the oldest rivalry in the sports, at least in the NFL. Packers lead the season series, the all-time series, like by 4 games or so. I'm gonna go with the Packers, man. Actually, yeah, I'm going with the Packers. As much as I was just like, maybe the new coach bump, but it's not just having changing offensive coordinators is not what's going to do it for the Chicago Bears. They need to systemically change what's going on. Again, Caleb Williams, and he's going to have by the time his second year potentially 3 offensive coordinators. Like that's not a good look for development. You're going to have a new head coach as well. So you have 2 head coaches and 3 offensive coordinators in his first 2 seasons. That's a bad look. Um, why are the weapons for Chicago not getting the ball? This is one part of Caleb's holding the ball too long. That's why he gets sacked. Fair, but Cole Kmet went the entire Arizona game without a target. He had a couple catches against the Patriots last week. DJ Moore, he had his career high season with Justin Fields last season. Now he's on pace for career lows. Him and Keenan Allen. When there's too many cooks in the kitchen, sometimes it's a bad, sometimes it's a good thing. Oh no! Think back to the Cincinnati Bengals days with Chase, T. McGee, and Tyler Boyd. Who's gonna eat? Right? Who can eat? But when you have 3 pretty great receivers, it's hard. And you need a quarterback that's decisive and knows what he wants to do. And Caleb Williams is still learning the game. He's still learning the game. He's a baby. Yeah, he's played forever in college, but we gave you vindication yesterday, and rightfully so, that the shit that he did in college will not last and will not work in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to understand. And I think this game is going to be close. I think the Bears might cover for the simple fact that the secondary for Chicago is still good and the defense is still good for Chicago. And Jordan Love will give you a turnover or two.
He definitely will, for sure.
We talk about the Green Goblin mask for Josh Allen starting to throw interceptions. Hey, that mask is half on always for Jordan Love. I think he's gonna get picked off a few times. I think the Bears keep it close. So I think straight up money line, I got the Packers. If we're gonna make a parlay, I'm pretty sure you already have or thought about a parlay potentially. But Packers would probably be a place. But I'd probably put the Bears plus 5.5 in there. I think that and maybe the over, maybe the over. I think that hey, maybe the new voice, a guy's like, hey, trust your instincts, get out the ball out. And Shane Waldron, yeah, he's a scapegoat, but it was pretty bad. So who knows? New coach bump, new coordinator bump. I think the Bears probably keep it close and they lose, but I think they cover. I think they cover.
Give me the Packers. This is actually my survivor pick of the week. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, I'm that confident. I'm that confident. I'm that confident.
I'm saying
Might
try.
change it. Might change it to Miami versus the Raiders. I like that matchup a lot better. Um, I high key like that matchup a lot better. Um,
Before we continue, Elku asks for fantasy purposes: Saints defense or Rams defense? Saints play the Browns off a bye,
Rams play the Patriots.
and the Patriots play the Rams. Hmm.
I say Rams.
Let's think. I'm gonna think on that. That's a good question. But go ahead. Sorry to cut you
Uh,
off.
yeah,
There's
no,
survivor. There's survivor.
I think Packers win. This might be my survivor pick. I might change it to Miami. Um, I think the off the bye, like the vibes are high. McKinney calling out DJ Moore. I don't like that much, but he at least this season he can talk his shit because he's playing high level football right now. And you write that Green Goblin mask, like he's going to give the ball away, but that just means he's aggressive. And I'd rather him be aggressive and consistent that way than be a Caleb Williams where he's not scared. He's just scared to do anything. Um, that shows me you got some confidence in you. And the Bears can't stop the run, so I expect this to be a good Josh Jacob game. And offensive coaches off buys are so much better than defensive coaches off of buys, unless you're Mike Tomlin. I think it's just easier because like you can just you can spend that 2 weeks just formulating new plays or whatever, new installs, and it's easier that way. The Bears struggled off their bye. They're struggling off their bye. They lost like 3 straight off their bye. The Packers have a chance to maybe because they play the Vikings again, they play the Lions again, so they have to keep pace in the division lead. Now we probably both think that the Lions are going to win it, but we're trying to be a higher seed as possible. Maybe the 5th seed, maybe the 6th seed. So matchups matter, especially this time planning for the postseason. So Packers come out to bye swinging, and I think they win. Rams and Patriots, we just talked about it. Elku, your question about the Rams defense or the Saints defense. I got the Rams. This was originally before Monday night. This was my survivor. I had planned ahead. Like, this was going to be my survivor pick. I do think the Patriots keep it close because they're at home. Like, the West Coast traveling the East Coast thing is real. But offensively, they did nothing against Miami, which concerns me a little bit because I think they're a pretty great team when they got the quartet of Kyron Cooper, Puka, and Matthew Stafford. Like, they've only lost a handful of times, and it's like, damn. So I do think they bounce back, and they put it on them. They put it on them.
Man, I'm so disappointed in the Rams. I had $135 in various different parlays. I would have cashed if the Rams won and they go over. Kicking 5 field goals is literally goes against the testaments, bro. It goes against the commandments of mine, man. Like, for that reason alone, bro, I'm going with the Patriots. I'm going.
Yeah.
With, I'm going with the Patriots. It's for the Rams get a 1 week ban. You know, Matt Stafford. All yes, the Dolphins' defense is underrated. Even without Tua, they were keeping things close. They were losing low-scoring games, but the defense kept them in check. It kept teams kept the games close. If they just had a competent quarterback, they would have won. So I get that the Dolphins defense is not New England's defense, but you got to feel confident for the New England Patriots. They just got after Caleb Williams 9 times, hit him 14 times. Matthew Stafford ain't no spring chicken. He was getting sacked a lot against the Dolphins. And it's like every time the Rams would be driving down the field a little bit, all of a sudden, boom, sack, or boom, a big play loss by Kyron Williams or stuff. Yes, the weapons for the Rams are better. Yes, the coach is better. Yes, the quarterback's better. All that. But short week, West Coast going to East Coast. Hey, I don't really. I think that it's a little bit mythologized, but I talked about it last night. Sometimes the easiest explanation is sometimes the right one. I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I'm gonna go with the Patriots plus 4.5, and I think I might pick them to win outright.
Playoff push, Money?
Huh?
Playoff push for the Patriots?
No. Playoff push for the Saints? Emoji? Emoji? No. We're not making the playoffs. Wait, hold on. We're not making the playoffs. Just gonna throw that. Hey, we're not making the playoffs. We're not making the playoffs. Saints hosting, trying to go streaking, trying to go 1-2 in a row. Against the Browns team off a bye. We talk about Browns. Offensive coordinator is easier to prepare off a bye than defensive coordinator. The Browns defense is legit. Browns defense keeps them in games. Can Jameis Winston be a Saint legend one more time, man? Just be a Saint legend one more time and give us some interceptions, man. He will. Anytime he throws the ball on Sunday, it's either going to be in a Saints receiver hands or a Browns receiver hands, or a Saints defender or a Browns offensive receiver. No in between. I think the game being in New Orleans, we have a coach that we are rallying behind. Mm-hmm. We have a team. We have Eric McCoy, our starting center, is coming back.
Yeah,
off of IR. So off of that rip, like just that motive, like him coming back off of IR. Exactly. Elko, to the original question of Saints defense or Rams defense, I'm a Saints fan. You know this, bro. I'm gonna pick the Saints. I think the Saints. Well, obviously, the Saints are gonna win this game, at least in my opinion. I can't even say obviously. I hope so. But I genuinely believe that we're gonna get Jameis Winston sacked a few times because the offensive line is atrocious. They ranked in the bottom 2 in pressures allowed. So they crumbled on the pressure. Most of that was Deshaun Watson being bad, but Jameis Winston holds on to the ball a little bit. He might just throw a duck and Yoshi catch interception. If you know, you know. Shout out to Chisel to Adonis. Saints gonna win, man. Saints gonna win. It's gonna be ugly, of course it is. Because no game is gonna be a blowout like week 2. But I think the Saints win, and the Saints start going streaking. There's the people we play in our division. They keep losing, we keep winning. Saying there's a chance. We lost 7 straight. We can go around, fuck around, win 7 straight.
Tight shit.
I think we're gonna make the playoffs. Of course not. One game at a time.
Give me this. I'll keep it short. Give me the Saints. Fuck the Browns. They're just in purgatory right now, just until the end of the season. They should be trying to be losing as many games as possible, and then trying to get a top 5 pick or top 3 pick. Because boy, a new quarterback with that defense, bro, they have a championship level defense, but they have Nick Chubb and Njoku, like they have players. It's not like they're inactive talent. Good offensive coach, good opportunities there. Man, they just need a quarterback to steer them in the right direction. But it ain't Jameis. So give me the Saints. Vikings, Titans. If I didn't pick the Vikings already, I gotta actually. If you're a Vikings fan, which I'm half a Vikings fan, I'm worried because Sam Darnold's been he's been regressing a lot. Jacksonville's defense is not good, but yet they almost won.
I forgot a game.
It's I think for Tennessee, they actually no bullshit. They've been playing well offensively. defensively, they haven't been able to stop a lot of people. But Calvin Ridley, now that DeAndre Hopkins is gone, like he's the lead dog, and that's what you like to see. Uh, but I think it's too little, too late for them. They're in the market for trying to lose as much as possible to like be competitive, but also want to lose a little bit. So give me the Vikings. They need because they about to start hitting the divisionals. Yeah, they need that. They need this win. Um, this would be a good survivor pick, but on the road, Sam Darnold's not. He's not weeks 1 through 6. Sam Darnold. So I got to see him be more consistent again before I'm like, oh yeah, he's all the way back. Vikings is going to make a run. No, I got to see it more.
Yeah, I agree. The Titans are like in the first like 13 plays, which are scripted. They move the ball really well against everybody. They always score first or be competitive in the first half, first quarter even. It is always in the second half when you make adjustments with the rookie coach, and you fail to make those adjustments, and the teams start blowing you out, and it gets over. And then it's like, damn. At one point, it's like, okay, it's 17-14. Let's make a stop. Let's make a play offense, and then turnover, and then it's 24-14. Then it's 31-14. And it's like by the time they get control over it again, the game's already over. Vikings have the talent. They have the defense. That it's Will Levis. Fade Will Levis until you can. At least that's my opinion. Vikings should win. We'll love chaos. If because I know for your purposes, I hope people pick the Vikings against the Titans and they lose. A game that I forgot to put on here, which I'm going to change it real quick because I forgot to put this. Jags Lions. Jags Lions is 8 games in the 1 o'clock window, not 7.
That's even worse.
I think you should probably pivot. Do you have the Lions still or no?
I used them already
Against the Titans, right? Yeah, I would say that this Lions team, like, I don't know if I'll bet 13 and a half. I probably might for the simple fact that it's Mac Jones. That's all. It's like what's the simplest answer is all the explanation you need.
Yep.
You bet against the Titans because it's Will Levis at quarterback. You bet against the Jags because it's Mac Jones at quarterback. That's truly all that matters. Now, when they play each other in a couple weeks, Titans Jags, that's going to be an ugly ass game, Tank Ball written all over it, and I'm here for it. But because that's probably going to be one of the highest scoring games of all time. Bad defense versus bad defense. I'm gonna go with the Lions here, but the Lions they might take their foot off the gas. Let's see what they got next week. Dan Campbell might not be the type to do that because of how they lost or how they won last week. They don't. Yeah, they have the Colts, and then they play the Bears on Thanksgiving. So they're not really tested until after Thanksgiving when they play the Packers. So I think that they lock in. I think they make it happen. And yeah, because of the bad offensive play last week from Jared Goff, this could be a look ahead spot. This could be like, take the Jags lightly, whatever. But because of how bad the offense looked and then they figured it out, I think they come in with the head on fire and like put it on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I 100% agree. Put it on them. Like, put it on them. Like, if this was in part of the reason why the Vikings look so bad because it was in Jacksonville, we always talk about it every year. Like, bro, Jacksonville is one of those, like, it gives all the Bermuda Triangle vibe where, like, mad weird stuff happens in Jacksonville.
Have you ever been to Jacksonville?
I've never have, but I believe it. For Detroit, it's at Detroit. You're coming off a sloppy game offensively. Defensively, you put it on, especially in the second half. Now, can that be consistent? Zadarius Smith, he might make his debut. That'd be great to see, like, just him make some plays. It might be ugly in the first quarter. Like, I kid you not. Like, I can see it where it was like 52-14 against Tennessee. I can see it like high 50. I can see like a 60 bomb. Like, they can have that potency to do that. But we'll see. Colts, Jets, Anthony Richardson.
He's back.
But I don't know. The vibes are not vibing right now. And the Jets, I'm so glad this game because this was supposed to be Sunday night
That's what's supposed
originally.
to be
So I'm super, super glad they saw it ahead of time. Was like, absolutely not.
today.
If the Jets lose, they're done.
Yeah,
Right now they have 7 losses. So they could necessarily, because they're not out, but run the table. But every single game matters. And every single game they have left is somewhat winnable. They have Miami twice. They have they played the Patriots twice already. And they play the Bills again. But like basically they're not out of it. But if they lose this week, they're not making the playoffs at 9-8 because you have Miami, you got Cincinnati, you got the Chargers, you got the Broncos. Those are the four main contenders for those last three playoff spots, and they all have better records than you. And then you play Miami twice, so it's like you really, really need this win. I think they get it because they're at home, and but boy, for your bet and to talk shit in the group chat, I would love. I mean, when the Jets lose, I don't really talk in the group chat unless Boosie brings up my Ravens. Then I talk my shit. Like he's been awfully quiet about my Ravens because he knows his team is so bad. So I let him rock. I let him breathe. I think they win because for all like they honestly did. I think Jonathan Taylor might go nuts against this because Sauce Gardner is wild. He's looking bad right now.
I'm going with the Colts, man.
Yeah,
Anthony Richardson.
you think he pulls a Bryce
I think he pulls a Bryce. I think that his mentality like shifts a little bit. Not in a become passive and don't be a gunslinger, but I think that like sometimes you just need a reset.
True.
Like sometimes I think you just genuinely just need to like get a chance to learn from somebody. Yes, Joe Flacco is not necessarily the paragon of quarterback. He's not a paragon of patience, but I would say that he's one of the better quarterbacks to learn from, learn what to do, what not to do, especially emphasize that. And again, at this Aaron, like they're 4-6. No, I lied. They're 5-5. They've won. They've like the Colts are not a bad team. No, they're 4-6. I lied. Yeah, I was at the first time. They're not a bad team. They're a team that's better than the Jets. And I think that just the dynamicness of Aaron Anthony Richardson is going to leave him over the top. I think the Colts upset the Jets.
Wow.
Pure, just because one, out of spite for my bet, and two, Aaron Rodgers, the future's now, old man. He old and slow and bad. That's a bad combination. That's bad works. You can't be bad and you can't be old.
Mm,
They're just gonna put you out to pasture. Raiders, Dolphins. Gardner Minshew starting.
enough said.
No, enough said. Like I got no other analysis as Gardner Minshew. Dolphins, they're trying to go streaky and they're trying to win two in a row. Like they're keeping their playoff hopes alive. Yeah. Yeah.
Simple. I,
Simple.
I agree. And upon like further review, I'm gonna go and make this my survivor. At least for my job one, because literally my job is like 5 of us left, and because I told you the person I picked Atlanta and shout out to y'all held it down. So there's 5 of us left, and a lot of the good teams are taken, and I might want to save the Packers for another time.
How will the Packers play the Bears at Lambeau?
That I don't know
They play the
who
Saints at Lambeau as well.
I might use it for that. I don't know, but the goal is to survive. I think Miami, they have an easier schedule, but we're gonna see. I'm going with Miami just to hold it down. I think they haven't had a game where Waddle and Hill both went nuts.
Yeah.
Like Hill scored a touchdown, that's cool, but I don't know. They don't. It's very minimal work that they need to do. The main thing is also Christian Wilkins' revenge game because he was in Miami last year. Now he's in the Raiders. So that's interesting. I just think they really need to like show the greatest show on surf, like you were mentioning last year.
Ha.
We're recalling it, we're bringing that reference. So, but I think Miami definitely gets it done. Now the 7.5, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't care how they win it. I just care that they win it. And honestly, like their record, like I think they're like 4-6. But honestly, they should have beaten Arizona last
They're
second
three
field.
and six. They're 3-6. They had that bye.
Oh, 3-6. So they should have beaten Arizona. So that's 4-5. And they should have beat Buffalo the second time, but 61-yarder by Tyler Bass. So like they're not a bad 3-6. The Jets are a bad 3-6. Or 3-7. Like the Dolphins are not as bad as the Jets. And with that said, I'm not gonna rage. I wish I was at my house. I'm at my girl's crib for the night. If I had my Ravens jersey, this week could be the Ray Lewis one because I have to channel the Ray Lewis Ravens. For this is Steelers week, part 1. We see them again later in the season. That's cool. For Pittsburgh, this is the start of their hardest stretch. They feasted. Their first half was supposed to be what Chicago's first half was before the divisional games kick in. You're like, okay, like all right, they 7-2. They took care of business. Now this is where you play all your divisional games. Chiefs and Eagles mixed into that mix. This is no shade, but Russell Wilson, you have not played anybody. You played the Giants, you played the Jets. The Commanders is your best win. That you should have lost because you did a freaking fake punt or whatever it was, whatever. But you got them. You got them done. Baltimore, we have gone through a ringer. We have played the Chiefs. We played the Bills. We played the Cowboys. We played the Bucks. We played the Bengals twice. Like we've seen some things, and we've done some things on the offensive side that Lamar Jackson that you can only imagine. He's played super well, but none of that matters. Records, you throw them out the window when you're talking Ravens and Steelers. Mr. Unlimited, he's been playing very unlimited. He got George Pickens 50-50 guy, Mike Will 50-50 guy. Najee Harris is playing on he's trying to get that contract. He's playing inspired. And then TJ Watt, we talked about it with Matt and Ed. Everybody was coming on the show. TJ Watt is that guy. Lamar Jackson is 1-3 against Pittsburgh. I don't care how we do it. I don't care if it look pretty. I don't even care if Lamar throws an interception or two and loses his MVP, but he already got 2 of them things. At the end of the day, what I want the most is a W. Because this is not just old Ravens Steelers. It's not of old. It's not of the Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Trevor Model, James Harrison. I could go on about the legends in just this rivalry. If real ballers know. We got Lamar, TJ, Derrick Henry, Patrick Queen, revenge game for him. He feels slighted because we didn't even offer him a contract. We win this game because we are the best offense in the league. Defense, do not have this dude, Russell Wilson, throwing for 300 yards. Please do not. Kyle Hamilton is out and probably he hadn't practiced. He has the ankle. He might play. He might just rest another week. Marlon Humphrey, we lost on a game-winning touchdown because you got cooked by George Pickens on the goal ball. Beaks. Matthew vouched for you. He said you were getting double and triple team. You came alive against Cincinnati. I need you to come alive again because Pittsburgh's offensive line has never been good and it's still not good. The run defense, I'm not concerned. None at all. We are top of the league, or top 5 in run defense because no one wants to run against them because they could pass for 300 yards a game. Let's not have this happen. I don't care if it's 17-10. I don't care if it's 17-14. I don't care if it's a 21-14. No matter the result, at the end of the day, thank you, man. I want the W. We will go into Pittsburgh and get this dub and get first place, definitive first place in the AFC North, and prove that we still run this bitch till proven otherwise. That's all I got to say.
Look, it's like these 4 o'clock games, right? Coming up, right? This last game at 1 o'clock. It's the only thing you need to say is who's facing each other. That's it. Those type of rivalries, those type of matchups, where the only thing you have to say is who's playing. Ravens, Steelers. That's all you need to know. And it's for first place in the AFC North.
Who said that? Sunday night, bro. First place.
Are you gonna put this over Bills Chiefs? You would. You're biased.
For Sunday night?
For Sunday night, would you put this over Bills Chiefs?
Monday night, yeah.
Well, this was before this was before Dak and all that stuff got hurt or whatever. But yeah, but Monday night, yeah, this would have been fantastic. But again, like I said, the only thing I need to add is just that again, first place in AFC North. I'm gonna be there. You know, it says like I don't know, this is a meme. It's like I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Popcorn ready. Let's go. That's all I need to say. That's all I need to say. Then we start the 4 o'clock slate. There's 3 games. Seahawks, Niners. Niners escaped the Bucks. Seahawks off a bye. I don't know how I feel about Seattle. Seattle's like 4-5. They're okay. They're fine. The Niners are 5-4. They're okay.
They're fine.
Geno Smith has to just remember to just fucking and chuck it, bro. They wrote you off, but you ain't right back. You have a career resurgence in Seattle. I'm gonna call the upset. No, I'm not. I call them 6. No, I lied. I can't do it. I can't as much as I want to. The Niners own Seattle.
They do.
They own Seattle. All the matchups, the most recent history, the Niners have been putting it like. Where's my belt at? My belt's over there. They're putting belt to ass. Even like again, undrafted rookies, Isaac Guerrero running for $150 against the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks can't stop the run. Christian McCaffrey's back. I think he has a big game. I think he gets back into the end zone as well. As much as I want to convince myself to bet Seattle, or at least think Seattle, I can't. I can't do it. I think the Niners win convincingly, and CMC gets into like if you're a betting person, I think he bet his scrimmage yards over, and then bet him to score anytime.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think last week was more of a fill out game. You know, he hasn't played all season. Like it takes a while. Like, you know, to get in football shape, you gotta play football. He finally got that done. And
the crazy part too, he still went over 100 yards from scrimmage.
Hey, he could, but he definitely had food off the plate. Definitely some meat on the bowl he could have had. And I think another week ramping it up. And Brock Purdy plays much better with Christian McCaffrey. So I think it's easier. It makes it simple. That's like the Derrick Henry for Lamar. Like Lamar playing much better because he knows whenever he's in a stretch or whatever, he's not playing the best. And it's the big fella get some shit going. Henderson McCaffrey, get something going. Dump off, hand off, whatever. But I don't want them to forget that they have the other guys. Like it's not just the McCaffrey show. I
Right.
think for them to make a run and run the table and maybe go to the Super Bowl again, they need to rely on the other. Because last year, remember, it was just McCaffrey every play. No, take him out. Like tendonitis in your Achilles is nothing to sneeze at, nothing to play with. Don't even try. You have a fast dude in Garendo and Jordan Mason, who was pretty solid when he was the starter. So rely on your other guys. Debo, don't we talked about it yesterday? Don't like the bickering at the kicker and long snapper, but Kittle's playing all pro level. Trent Williams still the best left tackle in the game. Eh, reputation precedes himself. And then Ricky Pearsall played really well last week. I want to see that consistently. So I think they can do that because Seattle, they just they're just not the best, and it hurts my heart because the head coach is a former DC of ours who played. He was an amazing. Like you see the Wolverine meme where he's like looking at the picture, like that's how he feels about Mike McDonald because like damn, like why did you have to? Because you were so great with us and for our players. Like PQ had a career year, Manabike. Like bro, it was so amazing that you was the reason why we had a great defense, or part of the reason why we had a great defense. I digress though about this game. Give me the Niners. I'm not. I put a parlay out there. I'm not putting no money in. I'm kind of taking a break from FanDuel, but we'll see. Maybe might come back my birthday. A little birthday parlay. What I'm saying? But I don't know. I just think the 49ers is just a better team, and they need it more because they can run the table. Definitely not the 1 seed, but Arizona is right there, and they play Arizona last week of the season. So to keep pace with them, they really, really need this W. Falcons, Broncos. I love that it's at Denver. I love that a lot. Kirk Cousins has not been playing well. Very up and down roller coaster like. Nash, you watch the Falcons very closely because they're in your division, so you know way more than me. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Denver. Competitive, like their defense is top 5. Don't let the Baltimore does that to a lot of folks.
Yeah, they did it to Buffalo,
We
and
did it
no
to
one, no one
Buffalo.
thinks,
We
oh,
did it
Buffalo's
to
not a team.
Tampa. Like we do that to a lot of folks. So do not let the blowout like room like make you jump off a ship. This is gonna be their 6th win. This is gonna like we had the over. This is gonna cash this week. So give me because the Falcons defense is ass. They have like, it's the opposite of the Jets. They have great players, but they're not like I mean, no, it's very similar to the Jets because they just have names. It's just names. But Matt Judon is an old Matt Judon. Jesse Bates, as great as he is individually, for some reason he doesn't click well with Justin Simmons. And then AJ Terrell, who just got paid, get your bread, brother. He got manhandled by DK like a couple weeks ago. I didn't forget that. So it's kind of the vibes aren't there. Now, Atlanta can definitely win this game because they can score points. In Denver, they have to try hard to score points. But I think the defense keeps it close. And roll us, you learn your mistake. Don't get your block kicked, brother. Don't get your block
It,
kicked.
it took you a while to get to that point, which I agree. Again, fuck Atlanta. I got the Denver Broncos 1 and 2. I think it's a situation where, like, you know how the Bears their season kind of unraveled after the Hail Mary. They had a game 1, and then it just lost. Like Sean Payton is a better coach than Eric. I don't know his first name, but Eberflus.
Matt.
Yeah, Matt Eberflus. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, he won't let the team unravel off that. He can rally and say, "Yo, we had the Chiefs beat." Just execution at the very like minor details. So I don't see it's gonna be that bad, right? but I think that like it could unravel with the rookie quarterback.
Mm.
Like, damn, we had the Chiefs won. If I scored another touchdown instead of selling for the three, like that type of situation. I think Sean Payton's good and a great coach. Obviously, so I don't think it's gonna happen. Everything you said about the Falcons, I agree with. They sold Jekyll and Hyde. 1 week they can play, one half they can play terrible, and 1 week they play fantastic. So I just don't trust them. I don't trust Atlanta. I don't trust the Broncos either, to be fair. But if I had to pick lesser of two evils, give me my division rival to lose.
Of
Simple as
course.
that. Then game of the weekend, Chiefs Bills. It's just like Ravens Steelers. There's nothing to add. There's nothing to say. We know the stakes, even if you're not into the NFL like that. Chiefs, defending Super Bowl champs, against Patrick Mahomes' media rival in the yeah, media rival because it's not really a rivalry, but they see each other every year in the freaking playoffs, except for 2 years ago when they lost to Cincinnati. I'm going. I'm going with Kansas City. I'm going with Kansas City. I just think that when it's big games like this, Bills had a chance against the Ravens to prove that they can win big games. What happened? Got the doors beat off them. I'm not expecting a blowout. I'm not saying that, but Chiefs are perfect for a reason. No, they're not a perfect team. No, they're not the '07 Patriots that's putting up 40 points every freaking week.
Mhm.
Well, situationally speaking, they are a fantastic team. And until they lose, Chris Broussard said it today. Until they lose, they shouldn't be underdogs.
By anybody.
But it sounds like, oh, that's dick riding, that's glazing, but genuinely, the only way the Chiefs lose is if they beat themselves with penalties, with turnovers. And yeah, they return the ball over, but penalties, they average like three a game, three penalties a game. So it's like, yeah, oh, the refs, no, like they don't penalize themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They don't put themselves in position to get caught lacking by the refs.
Type shit.
So until proven otherwise, yeah, the Bills might win this game. And would it be fun? Would it be cool? Oh my God, yeah, Chiefs go down. Yes, of course. No more undefeated talk. Pop the bottle, 1972 Dolphins. Again, the last team to ever go undefeated. But at the end of the day, it's Patrick Mahomes. It's Andy Reid. It's in Buffalo. I just think the Chiefs win.
I agree. This is more of an indictment in Buffalo. One, Keon Coleman's out. Two, Amari Cooper's questionable.
Mm.
Three, Josh Allen's been turning the ball over more frequently. Hello. Well, that's not, you can't turn over the ball against the Chiefs. You cannot give them opportunities to score. And they lead the league in time of possession. They milk the, even if they score 3 points, they'll go on like a 10-minute drive and just milk the clock, even if it's just for the 3 points. While you have to scratch and claw and try to get some big plays and trick plays, they'll just third down conversion, third down conversion, third down conversion, run the ball, pass to Kelsey, pass to D Hop. It's if people think it's going to be a high scoring game. It's not. It's really not. Now, if the Bills who happen to win, this automatically the media is going to glaze Josh Allen. Like, oh my God, he's the MVP. I keep mentioning it because I have to just, as Baltimore fans, are they okay with that? Be honest, I honestly don't want the spotlight. I want us to go under the radar and people continue to sleep on us. And then when we pop up and show niggas certified boogeyman, we don't want to score them. Then it's like, oh shit, cool. But Lamar is just a big name for the algorithm. I digress. The Bills, every time they step up in weight class, they shit the bed. And they've had a light ass schedule. Like they should have lost week 1 to Arizona, but Arizona they know what they were doing. Like I gotta really look at their schedule. But I think their hardest games was Ravens, who they got smoked by, and Texans, who they lost by because they lost themselves. And Josh Allen got concussed. You can't convince me otherwise. Week 1, you barely beat Arizona. Week 2, you smacked Dolphins. Week 3, you really smacked the Jaguars. Then when you played the Ravens, you got smoked. Played the Texans, lost. Then you played the Jets, you barely won against the Jets. That was a game home you missed like 2 kicks. Smoked the
Mhm.
Titans, smoked the Seattle. Almost should have lost to Miami the second time. And Josh Allen didn't throw a touchdown and throw 2 picks against the Colts. And you Key should have lost. So like every time you step up with weight class, because their next they got Chiefs Sunday, then they have a bye, then they got 49ers, the Rams, Detroit. Like that, their next four is elevated competition. So feel me, I don't see them beating the good teams. It's giving Dallas of last season, where you smoke up on the tomato cans and you feel like you big bad, but when you play a good quality team, you shit the bed.
Mm.
This is not even a pro Kansas City. This is an anti Buffalo, and then all the pressures on Buffalo. Because if the Chiefs lose, okay, they lost one game. That's fine. But if they win, granted, I would hope they lose to Carolina. And that would be the funniest thing ever next week. That would
Yeah.
literally be the funniest thing ever if they lost to Carolina. But for this game, I don't know how they do it. They're gonna pull it out. They always do. They seem to always do. Can't help. You can't hate it. Can't hate it. Sunday night. A game that maybe should not have been Sunday night, but I do like the story. I like the intrigue. You got Burrow, you got Herbert, same draft class. You got Jim Harbaugh, a big name coach, and you got two teams fighting for wild card spots. Not gonna lie, good game. I'm going with the Chargers. I think they are a very underrated team defensively and offensively. They're starting to throw the ball more, which I like. Lad McConkey, Will Disley, Quentin Johnston. Shout out to the Horned Frogs. You know what I'm saying? And then they run the ball with Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. Watch the Dobbins. I think, unlike the Ravens, our defense is ass. The Chargers defense is solid. And the Bengals defense is atrocious. So just like Ravens defense is ass, Bengals is right there too. So I think they really take advantage. And then, granted, they have a whole fan base. That's okay. But I think Jim Harbaugh is just going to coach circles around Zach Taylor, and they're going to get it done. So give me the Chargers.
I agree. Everything you said. And I said this, I'm pretty sure I said this before at one point. I'd rather win ugly than lose exciting.
Yep.
And the Chargers, they win ugly. They don't, yeah, they won 27-17 against the Titans last week. Whoop de doo. Justin Herbert, he's, if he had more stats, better stats, people would think, oh, MVP potentially. But no, not throwing too many touchdowns. He's not crazy about his stats. He doesn't care. Just like Lamar. He does whatever he needs to do. He's been running the ball more, actually.
High
Like,
key.
he
Yeah.
pardon me, just wants to win games. He wants to be in the games that matter in January and in February. That's it. That's all he cares about. And Jim Harbaugh is the perfect coach for that. They ran against Penn State last year. They ran the ball 30 straight times. Why? Not because JJ McCarthy couldn't throw the ball, because it worked. It's exactly what they needed to beat Penn State. So whatever it needs to do to beat Cincinnati, whoever their opponent is, that's what's gonna happen. So yeah, give me the Chargers. I think the Chargers are a sneaky great team, and this is like their first national televised game outside, because that the Monday night doubleheader game, no one watched it against the Cardinals. That was on ESPN Plus, and no one's watching it. There was also Ravens Bucks competing with them too. So yeah, no one was watching that game. Point is, actual television, everyone's going to be watching it. I'm excited for it, even if yes, people might, oh, it should have been this, it should have been that. I'm okay with it being Chargers Bengals because it gives the Chargers a chance to show that they actually are a great team and they deserve recognition.
Mm-hmm.
So, and last but not least, Monday Night Football, the Texas Bowl, to see the best team in Texas, Houston going to Dallas. Dallas is starting Cooper Rush. This is the fourth game where I'm fading the quarterback, bruh. I don't give a damn. It's Cooper Rush or Trey Lance. Either one. The Texans have that they turned over Jared Goff 5 times and they still lost. That has got to feel demoralizing. That's got to feel like a punch in the gut. And they have to realize that, yes, they play in that sorry ass AFC South. So, of course, their division's safe. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
But they have to understand if they want to, just like the Bills, compete in the upper echelon of the AFC, they have to start putting on showcases. The Cowboys are a tomato can at this moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to show let's not hang around with these boys. Yes, you don't win style points. It's not like the college football playoff where, oh, you have to start winning convincingly. A win's a win. But I think the Texans go into AT&T Stadium, Jerry's World, and put it on them. And
But
show that the Texans are the best team in Texas.
they put it on them, man. Let's not kid ourselves here. Joe Mixon had a trash game against Detroit. He takes it personal against the worst run defense in the game and puts it on him. Nico Collins should play coming off an IR. The extra week helps a lot. He puts it on him. CJ, sophomore slump is slumping. He puts it on him. Especially because him and Micah are boys, and he wants those bragging rights. Like, yo, like we really came to your crib and cooked y'all. So I think, granted, the pass defense of the Cowboys is solid. Not gonna hold you, but you can't stop the run. It's over. It's really over. So I think Joe Mixon goes for $1. I think CJ throws for like 250. And like it's really like an offensive showing. Like you mentioned, like they need like a game like this to put it's prime time, stand alone. No one else is watching. Everyone is watching you. Just like last week, you shit the bed against Detroit. You cannot afford to shit the bed against the Cowboys. And plus Cooper Rush is starting. You mentioned it. Like, disgusting. That's disgusting. Do you have any
I don't.
parlays?
I don't. I don't. I didn't make any parlays, man. I'm down to my last 9 on Vandal, man. I'm trying to say that for college football and the UFC bets.
Like it.
So
I
no,
like it.
no, no parlays, man. No parlays, man.
I don't get no parlays, but let me see if I could. If you're watching and you want a parlay, let me see what I could cook.
I mean, I can cook some up real quick, like $1. Let's see what we cook. So we both agree that the Texans are going to dog walk the Cowboys, right?
Dog walk.
Do we not agree on that?
I don't know, man.
So we got Philly winning, right? But I'm not confident putting that in a parlay. Lions are 13.5 point favorites. Money line is minus 950. I'll put that in there. Saints in there, Ravens in there,
Like,
Dolphins in there,
okay,
Vikings in there. And we for a parlay sake, yeah, 16 parlay. I got it. All right, I just cooked one up. All right, I just cooked one up. So type this in as I say it, or I want me to do it.
I
I
got it.
got it. I got it. It's fine. Natty Baps parlay week 2. It's $1 to win $6.56. So it's plus 656. It's relatively straightforward. Straight money lines, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Lions to take care of business. The Saints to take care of business.
Mm,
The Ravens, AFC North Showdown, enough said. The Dolphins, Shabazz survivor pick. The Vikings, another popular survivor pick this week. And the Texans.
okay.
Well, yep, and the Texans. I had to make sure. Cool. It's $1 to win 6.
It's not bad. It's not bad. 10 to win 65. It's not bad. It's not
10
bad.
to win 5. So that's the parlay. I just cooked it up live, ladies and gentlemen. Again, just we don't when we go back to the other ticket. If you lose, don't blame us, man.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
Don't blame us. We just two guys, two handsome brothers from Brooklyn, man.
Tight shit.
But
Tight shit.
amen, same man. But yeah, that's my parlay. I hope it cashes. If you tail it, hey, let me know. Let us know. On Instagram, Baptiste Bros, TikTok, Baptiste Bros, comment section below. But yeah, that's the parlay. What's yours? What's yours, Shabazz?
I'm riding with the same one. Honestly, the same one's valid. High key, you might be able to add the Vikings in there, but you could. I think it's like plus 700.
The Vikings are already in it. You mean what team are you talking about?
Oh, my fault. Not the Vikings. Packers. But we iffy on it. You're not that confident on it. You know what I'm saying? But I like it. Keep it simple. Fuck it. Those 6 teams should win. I like it a lot. Now I'm taking the sabbatical from FanDuel from betting. Life is life, so I can't do it. But yeah, I think this hits. I think this hits a lot. And if you do it, when you hit us up like, oh, good shit, running back. Like, you litty, man. I'm looking at week 12. Like, damn, we got some decent games. I'm already looking ahead.
Teams are on bye next week.
How many teams?
6.
Damn, I'm beginning.
Yeah, Saints, Falcons, Jets, Bills, Jags, and Bengals.
Yeah.
And then week 14 is another 6 teams on bye. Week 14 is the last bye week. It's Ravens, Texans, Colts, Patriots, Broncos, and Commanders.
Ooh. Yo, do you want to start the playoff thing, how it looks after the wins?
After this week?
Yeah. Sure.
Let me pull it up. I already have it on. Of course, I have it bookmarked. So give me a second. So
it's I think it's that time when we start figuring out, like how these wins start to affect.
So share time radio. No. So also one thing too, obviously, like we two guys, we watch a lot of football. We try our best to make this happen, but I don't have the clip ready to share, but we'll talk about it on Tuesday. Remember how yesterday we talked about, the Chiefs go undefeated, should Mahomes win MVP? This dude Nick Wright was like, oh yeah, he should. He should. Coach of the year should be Andy Reid, and then defensive player of the year should be Chris Jones. I was like crazy. Anyway, Dolphins, Ravens, Chargers, Chiefs, Jets. Also Jets, Colts, Vikings, Saints. I got the Patriots. You got the Rams. So we're going Patriots, Lions, Broncos, Texans, and then Eagles, Packers, Niners. So if that was the way it would go, here's what the playoffs would look like. Nothing really would change, except the Eagles would be the 2 seed, hosting Commanders for a rubber match, potentially. The Cardinals would win the NFC West, host Green Bay. The Falcons would host the Vikings, and the Lions would have a first round bye. And then the AFC side, the Chiefs would have their first round bye. Rematch of a couple weeks ago, where the Broncos have to go to Baltimore. Steelers Texans is an interesting matchup because I think the Steelers would actually win that game.
You would definitely win that one.
And Bills Chargers, another hilariously interesting game, and I would probably bet on the Chargers. But again, I'm still Stephen A. It's fluid. It's fluid.
Okay. Now, all right. What are you here? Week 11 preview. I'm Shabazz. That's your boy Nanny Bastard to the side of me. Make sure you just drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend. We're getting down to the nitty gritty, y'all. Nitty gritty. It's getting cold. Cold as shit in New York. Quite cold as shit in Indiana. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. But it's fall weather, sweater weather, football weather. It's lit. It's lit. Make sure you live your life in the 4 F's and the V: faith, family, food, football, and I got it. I found it. Ha!
Vindication.
We'll see you guys next Tuesday, 8:30. Be there or be there. Hopefully off a winning parlay. Hopefully off a winning week for the Ravens and a winning week for the Saints. First place in the AFC North. Here we come, baby. Here we come. Stay right there.